Now, on your right hand side here, I want to show you what you see that there. That's the peat or the turf. The top part is the header. You cut it away, you have access to the peat. Thousands of years ago here, this was all a vegetation and a forest. As the trees rot and decompose into wet, acidy soil, it forms the peat, which is the reddish colour here. That's what's given the colour to the water. Now, back in World War II, we were neutral here, with no coal or oil, so we had to cut. People from Dublin came up here and they cut the turf by hand and took it home. It's always cut here near the road because it's a lot of handling on it. But down in the Midlands, it's the bogs are drained out and it's cut by machinery. Now, most people nowadays would use oil or gas central heating. They wouldn't bother with turf, too much hard work involved in it. But the people down the west of Ireland still cut their own turf because they own the bog and they're small farmers and they have time on their hands. And they cut it around April and May, and it takes about 3-4 months to dry out and then take it home. You need a large garage full to heat a house for about 3-4 months. So it takes a lot of turf to heat a house. But it's very clean fuel. This is what it looks like. That's what turf looks like. Okay. When it's taken out of the ground, it's wet and soggy. It's laid flat on the ground and eventually it's put into tripods like that. Okay, and the wind blows through it and it dries it out. And it's used for cooking and heating houses. Okay. And that's why they say Guinness is good for you. Guinness is getting its water from the mountains here and a lot of iron in the water. Now when they say Guinness is good for you, they mean 3 or 4 pints, not 20, alright? And the reason why Guinness is so dark has nothing to do with the water, is that they roast the barley. Okay? They burn the barley, that's why the Guinness is so dark. Now on the left hand side here, this is the origin of the River Liffey, from very humble beginnings here. It starts here about 200 metres up there and it takes 90 miles to get to Dublin. And about 20 miles from here it forms a lake, an artificial lake. It's used as a reservoir for drinking water for the people of Dublin, and it's 40 miles around the lake. It's quite spectacular. So even though you're only about 20 miles from Dublin, it takes 90 miles to get from here to Dublin. It goes from Wicklow into Kildare back into Dublin.